um, that's number one thing I want to get your mind to think. And then the other thought that I think you need to understand when we've been talking about being careful about these vaccines, and some people don't really understand what is it. They think it's just an injection, just an injection. No, no. And those in that industry realize that most people really don't understand what a vaccine is. First, when we're talking about a vaccine, we're talking about an inoculation. I want you to understand what that means. We're dealing with an inoculation. We're talking about the introduction of microbes into the subject, the introduction of germs into the subject, or a virus into the subject. That's the vaccination. So when you say that someone has been vaccinated, you're talking about some microorganisms have been injected into that person's body, introduced into that person's body, and will propagate to the system. Maybe some germs, maybe some virus. So that's actually what's happened. That's actually what they do. They put it into your body. That's what it's about. So you need to understand that. And then you have to understand a couple of things. Because the idea, when they talk about vaccines, the idea is that they're trying to make you immune to some disease. So they have to put something into your body that would go through your system and create some form of immunity, okay, against whatever they were giving you this vaccination for. But you need to understand very clearly what that really means. Most vaccines, and this is on record, most vaccines have been dangerous to human beings. Most have been dangerous to human beings. And I showed you reports some weeks ago how that in the last 30 years, nobody checked the quality of vaccines that they passed out to people in many nations. And people got maimed, crippled. Many had this cerebral, what do you call it? Yes, cerebral palsy and the other one, autism. Because you see, I deal with sick people. And look at the number of children with autism. And this has increased over the years. And all those children were vaccinated. No one's been called on the carpet for this. I just want you to know. So when you're told you're going to be vaccinated, you need to know it's about introducing something. It's not like they're putting a medicine into your body. It's not a medicine. It's either another virus a germ, something of that sort that is being introduced into your body. And listen, those treating you with it have no guarantee whatsoever that it will work for you. Therefore, before they do it, they sign documents with the government indemnifying them, exonerating them from blame. If anything happens to you, nobody will pay for it. Maybe you didn't know that. They cannot be taken to court. They can't be sued. And nothing will happen. And so many have died as a result, and no one was taken to task for it. Now, what about the good results of vaccines? Let's talk about the good results of vaccines. Here is the problem. Here's the big problem about the so-called good results of vaccines. Can I tell you? It will shock you. No proof. There is no scientific proof that it was the vaccine that helped. No proof. And I'm serious. You can do your own research. Do your research. There's no scientific proof that it was the vaccine that helped the situation. None. Not one. So much for good vaccines, where there's been no proof that even one worked. So what has it been all these many years? Okay. Then I take on the next one. You hear now that some countries are making wearing of masks compulsory